You have said many times on the podcast, Tim, that Erik Ten Hag hasn't improved them, hasn't improved any of the players at Manchester United. You've been saying it for ages. Other people are catching on now. Jamie Carragher has said it this week as well. He doesn't think Ten Hag has improved any players. I mean, when you look at them, I mean, you talk about the Manchester derby. Where is Marcus Rashford? What's happened to him? He scored 30 goals last season.
Yeah, well, Marcus Rashford, in my opinion, can play for Man City. But having watched him play for Man United over the last few weeks or months or year, he was okay last year. He improved him a little bit, didn't he? You would say I'm crazy saying that. But let me tell you, that boy could play for Man City. Pep would take him. He would work with him. He would play him exactly how he needs to play. When he plays an England shirt, he doesn't do bad. So
how does he need to play?
Well, he needs to play when people need to be around him, giving him the ball in the correct areas. I think he uses him, and a lot of Man United fans, you hear him saying, well, he doesn't work back, he doesn't do this. But if he's not getting the ball going forward, not getting the sweets, then he's not willing to do that. But if you keep giving him the ball in the correct areas, then he'll put a shift in for the team. And I think Pep Guardiola would make sure he runs back. There's not one player in Man City's side who doesn't run back. If you can't point a finger at someone running, Bruno could play for Man City, in my opinion. He has the qualities to be able to do that.
Attitude.
But he will if he was with Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
He hasn't got the attitude because he's with Ten Hag. Now, Ten Hag needs to look at himself. It's the manager. It all comes down. The bottom line is when you think the team does well, the manager takes credit. If he doesn't do well, the buck stops with the manager. I've been there. You know, sometimes you look around and we say, well, it's not my fault, but it is your fault because you're the manager. Because when you walk in the main door in a big office, you've got a manager on the top of it, and that's your name. And the boys come and knock on your door and say, well, I'm not playing. The team's not winning. You've got to have all the answers. You've got to have all the answers to the press. You have all the answers to the fans in the forums. It buck stops with you. And at the moment, he's not getting the best out of them individuals. Someone like Marcus Rashford, for me, has the qualities to play for Man City, who, for me, are the best team in the land. Now, he'd have to fight for his position, but that's another good point. Who's he fighting with at the moment to keep his position? Where's the competition for him to want to train the best of his ability? Does he feel like he's pressurised to keep his shirt? I would suggest no.
It just feels like, for me, when I watch United, that they are so devoid of confidence, and Marcus Rashford is one of them. It just seems like everything's an effort. Like when you're playing with confidence and you're like De Zerbi, the drills are there and you can see them. Everything's shifting, everything's moving. You can see what they're trying to do. Everything just seems to be that extra hard yard, that extra sort of. And then when you've got someone like Marcus Rashford that's low on confidence, especially in them areas as well, in forward areas, is the worst position to be because they're the most important ones. You know, touch, shoot, half a yard, slip a passing, half a yard, get past your man. He can't even do that at the moment. There's a few times where he's getting away from him, going out, you know, and you can see it in his face. He's like, he's just. But like what Tim's saying, if the service isn't getting there because no one knows the patterns or they've got the quality, but it's just getting it out of them. And I think Ten Hag sort of saying, why should I have to motivate you to play for Manchester United? But it's though that they all need motivation to go, look, you're at one of the biggest clubs in the world. But that shirt it's heavy. It's heavy wearing a Man United shirt, and a lot of them players will find that out.
So Rashford, a player obviously that was there when he got there, he's had